Hello, chess aficionados. I bring to you a very interesting game between MVL Maxime Legrave Vacher, the French guy, yes, and Levan Aronian, the Armenian, now in US Federation mode. So they are not in Romania, I believe, and this happened on May 11th, 2022. So Black was victorious. So let's watch how Aronian won this game. And for those of you that are beginners, it ends just at the end where one more move and it will be checkmate. So if you'd like, please write down on the comments what is the move that will make the checkmate. Should be easy for you, correct? So this is a real life game that happened. It's not some puzzle. And I want you, the beginners especially, and if you're not beginners, advanced, you should probably see it very easily. You know, the beginners will have to hunt for it, while the advanced players can see it in a snap. Okay, that's why it's so important to win and lose and continue playing and not just doing puzzles, because it's through play that you get a live human being on the other side, and the interaction is very dynamic. Okay, and then you can temper your nerves and you can temper your thinking and you can improve everything. Just learning is part of this thing, even when you lose. So to lose is to learn. As long as you walk away from a game that you lose by learning something from it, you're ahead. Okay, you always want to analyze your game, see what you could have done better. You want to see, also watch these grandmasters play so you can see how they do things, and then incorporate some of what you know all together. It's kind of like a salt and pepper, you know, make your own soup, make it taste good. All right, so here we go. It started with a queen's pawn game. It goes into the Indian defense. Nimzo Indo defense, a three knights variation. Do you see the three knights? Doot, doot, doot. And you can see all of this here. So that is what it looks like. Okay, this is Queen Gambit's declined. Ragozin defense. Now go check out Ragozin. I'll have probably another video on who was Ragozin. As you know, some of these moves, there's so many of them. So it's good to learn that this is going to be a Ragozin defense for black. Okay. As you can see, it was declined because the pawns right here were not taken. So you're declining the queen's gambit. And you're going into the Ragozin defense with this knight. Okay, on with this knight here. All right, so we continue. We take. Okay, we have control of the center, but it's not going to be helpful because watch what Aronian does. Okay, he continues attacking that center. So in the meantime, he takes. MVL takes. Takes. Aronian takes. Takes. Lots of taking here. Reduction. Now notice there's only one move that separates these two queens. So it's kind of stuck, right? This is called a pin. If the knight moves, whoever is next is going to take the queen. Okay. So if the knight moves, black can take the queen. So that is a pin. So now we're attacking. And at the same time, look at this move. We're attacking that pinned knight. At the same time, we have a check on the white king. So how does MVL respond? He just takes. But that opens up the queen. Let's see whether that is the step that Aronian took. He did. Okay. What is stopping the queen from taking this pawn? Maybe the queen will move to try to protect the pawn. We shall see. What would you do? Stop right here and ask yourself, what would you do? So he moves and instead makes a counter threat, attacking the king. While it is being protected, if the queen takes, voila, the knight will take. So we have a check on the king. So Aronian blocks it with a knight. Notice this is convenient for him because this knight is protecting this knight if is going to be chosen, if it wants to be taken. And then by that jumping here can he. So it's kind of tempo here. I almost sense a better tempo for Aronian. See that he does take this. And now we are going in for the check. You cannot castle while you're in check. So he loses his castling opportunities and has to move out his king. Okay? Look at that. Losing castling opportunities. By moving your king, you cannot castle anymore. While Aronian still is able to castle. Okay, another check. So now we're going to go for exchange of queens. Okay, exchange of queens. They're off the board. We're officially in the end game. Okay, we take. We align, attacking the stuck. Look at this. This bishop is kind of stuck there. So how does Aronian respond? He says, okay, I'm going to castle. So he goes in and moves in closer to the 7th row. It's considered an inaccuracy according to the stockfish here. F3 was best. So F3 right here would have been best. So, okay, a little aggressive there, but you know, there's not much firepower, not much protecting. You know, if he takes it, it will be taken right away. So, kind of like a faultiness in the plan here. Okay, so now he protects this knight, and the bishop was already protected by the 2 rooks. Okay, he moves out and with the king. We're jockeying again for position. See who makes a mistake. So he brought the bishop to protect this pawn, but at the same time he's exposing himself to be taken. What will Aronian do? He just moves his knight. Okay, we continue for the center. So look at this. This should be like a poster. I want to have this as a little poster on the wall somewhere. Very intricate. Take. And here we move into... Look how unsafe this king feels. Here he's just, you know... Well, he cannot move this pawn because otherwise it'll be closer to... Oh, he's not coordinating his pieces very well here. MVL, I mean. But anyway, so the check. Move out. Bring in the knight. I mean the bishop, sorry. Attacking the white knight. Even though it's still protected by the pawn. It's still a threat. So he brings in his king. Wow. Right into the fire. Okay, right there into the fire with the rooks. Take an immediate check. So why is he going north instead of south? Okay, this is a blunder. KD2 was best. So king moves are so important here. It looks like he's losing his cool, his nerve, making such a move into the fire instead of being protected by at least a piece. Okay, what will Aronian do next? Okay, he moves in with the knight. And really, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we stop. And what is the next move that will give black checkmate? Yes. Everyone, there is a checkmate. Do you see it? Can you see it? Do 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 do. What do you think is the next move? What is the next move that will give you checkmate? Write it down. I'm not going to tell you. Write it down. Somebody's going to have it, and I will wait a few days and I'll write it down in the description section. This is for you beginners. Black, one to move, one more move, and it will be checkmate. Can you see it? Do you see it? You should see it. And write it down in this description. Thank you so much. Keep watching. Hit like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Au revoir.